All right, let me take a deep breath first. Okay, the power of dreams and failures. I don't want to start my life story with the strengths and the success I have. But I want to do the opposite because I'm still a student in IE. I want to start my journey with the fears, self-doubts, rejections, and how embracing my mistakes made me the woman I am standing in front of you today. Today, I want to inspire you that the power of our dreams give us hope, strength, and faith in our lives and where we want to see ourselves. When we are guided by our dreams, we have a certain direction in our life, we feel more grateful, we produce a better quality of work, and we feel empowered to predict our own future with our own actions. I first started to dream big when I lost my dad. I have a tattoo, Daddy's Little Girl, at the age of 13, and all of a sudden, I saw two sides of the world, the good and the bad. Overnight, we lost all the privileges we had as a well-off family in the Philippines. But I've learned from this tragedy that no matter what happens in my life, I can always choose to dream big, not just for myself, but for everyone around me. During that moment, I felt like the world, my father, my parents, they all failed me. Then I realized, growing up, maybe sometimes bad things are not meant to make us feel miserable for such a long time. Maybe life has its own way for telling us we deserve to dream bigger than we can imagine. My father's death has been the foundation of everything I've done in my entire life, and I will do in the future, and what I'm doing right now in front of you. I still ask the same question every single day to myself. Will my actions make my parents proud? If yes, I'm all in. Count me in. During that moment, I knew my father was not going to come back to save me, fix me, or help me. But I had my whole life ahead of me that I had to build all by myself. Of course, my mom was there, but I was also aware that my mom was a single parent in a third world country of 4 children. I never wanted to be a burden to my mom, and that inspired me to go beyond my imagination. I went not just to make a name in the Philippines, I went to travel all over the world as a solo woman. You are probably guys wondering, isn't it Angely afraid? Of course I was afraid. I'm still afraid. I'm shaking while giving you this speech. But the thing is, fear is just a reaction when things are happening. We tend to react so fast. But we have the choice and option every single day that we need to stand up for ourselves, face these fears until all these fears become our strengths. And yes, embracing all these fears inspired me and led me build one of the most well-known travel brands, my company, my 12-year-old baby. It was hard, yes. Just like all of you are wondering right now, what am I going to do when I graduate? I had the same questions in my mind. But if there was one thing I was certain about, I am not going to climb any ladder. I am only going to climb the ladder of entrepreneurship. I want to be the CEO most parents want their daughters to marry. I am not going to work for anyone. I'm going to work for myself. I was certain about that. I didn't know how to do it. Of course, now I already know how to do it. That time, I was like, okay, you're dreaming too big. How are you going to do it? I knew I was going to fall so many times from that ladder. I still fall every single day. I fail my employees, my friends, my classmates, my group mates, everybody around me. I fail them. Of course, I'm just a human being, you know? But falling from this ladder made more sense than being on the top of a wrong ladder because I knew I wasn't going to be happy. So many companies tried to hire me. My answer has been no. I love my company, and I'm going to stay here my entire life. Being an entrepreneur means when one door closes down, you just don't build another door. You also build windows, taking one step backward and two forward. During the pandemic, my business was no longer needed overnight, just like how I lost my dad. That was the 10th year of my company, like the most successful year we were supposed to have. We were so prepared. I bought a property to build our new building, everything. Then overnight, I was like, oh, I don't have a job. My employees are jobless. What am I going to do? I didn't know anything. I just knew how to run my company. That's it. I was so close-minded. But I had a purpose as an entrepreneur to make people happy. So during the COVID-19 lockdown, I was in the Philippines, jobless, just like everyone else. I decided to start a new business. It was about greening street food. So why greening street food? I was this it girl on Instagram, oh, traveling the world. She went to Antarctica, Greenland, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, I was grilling street food in the Philippines because we Filipinos, we love to eat like livers of chicken, intestines of pigs, blood of cows. So yes, people made fun of me. People bullied me on Instagram. They were like, oh, you thought you were the best girl. Look at you now, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, my mission is I will stick on my mission, make people happy, which means we are going to deliver this street food while people are locked in their houses. And we established, together with my team from my travel company, one of the most well-known brand in the Philippines during the COVID-19. Even people bullied me, laughed at us. They threatened me, like the restaurant owners, oh, we will kill you, you're killing our business. I was like, nope, I'm on the right path and I'm gonna stay here. But there was one thing missing. Despite making a lot of money, it was an easy business because I was just like at home making like thousands of dollars every single day. There was one thing missing. I wasn't happy because that was a wrong ladder I was trying to climb. I was meant to do adventures. You know, sorry, I'm not supposed to mention the name of my company. So my travel company was all about traveling the world, me experiencing all the destinations myself before I sell it to our clients. But with this food business, it was a different story. I wasn't even eating the food we were selling. So I felt like every morning I was just waking up lying to myself. I was like, what am I doing? I have money, but I don't know what's happening. After 2 years of successful business, we started to planning out the shutdown of the business. Right now, my food business doesn't exist. 3 reasons why we decided to close it down. Number 1, I wasn't happy. There was no purpose for me. Number 2, the smoke from grilling the street food made my employees sick. My employees are my asset, you know. No matter how smart I am, without them, I won't be able to operate. Third one is it triggered my mom's health conditions. My mom started to get asthma, and my mom is the most important person to me, and she's not here today, unfortunately. So yes, one thing I've learned from my food business is that life is all about letting go. Things happen to us in the moment, and we need to take lessons, because lessons are the only things that we can keep with us. We need to let go of business, money, expectations, everything. And that's what we did with our food business. Even more, some of the biggest brands in the Philippines tried to buy my company. I was like, no, there's no purpose in this business, and I have to let it go. But letting go of my food business opened another window of IE. I decided to take my master's. It was never in the plan because I never really believed in education in school, but going here changed my perspective of education. Because imagine I was traveling the whole world. Before coming to my talk, I asked my team to do a research. Through our travel business, I've already been to 120 plus countries. My education lied in that path. I've already been to the 7 continents, and we've made 180,000 people travel all over the globe, including Antarctica. As a woman in Asia, it's not common to do things like what I've done in my life, because people expect for women like me to get married at this age, they put a label on you that you need to be like this, like that. But I wasn't like that. So they labeled me a rebel. And up to now, I call myself a rebel in everything I do. Life is not easy. The choices that we make are not easy, but they're worth it. I've always been a dreamer, a risk taker, not just a usual one, but a very adventurous one. Somebody asked me today, this is not part of my script, why did I decide to go to IE? Because I was curious why my friends are going to business school, then it takes them a lot of time to build a business. Then now I'm learning. In real life, I can learn the real things, but education in school teaches you the methodologies that you can actually apply. So all the learnings I will get from IE will help me build better businesses with an impact. So if there's one person I want to say thank you today, aside from my parents, of course, is my younger self, who literally climbed Rainbow Mountain in Peru, Mount Everest in Nepal, like jumped from all the cliffs to give me the life I have today and gave me this opportunity to tell you my one-of-a-kind story. It wasn't easy. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cry. It wasn't easy. I still remember how many people rejected my ideas, and now they all want me in the Philippines or wherever I go. Losing your parent at a young age and losing everything you had, it is not going to be easy, you know. Like, people don't get my point of view when I speak from my experiences, but that's what makes us unique, you know. In my point of view, what makes me different from everyone is I embrace my mistakes and I learn from those mistakes, and that helped me progress smartly. And that's what I called masters in life. Thank you. That's it.